Alright, generally everybody asks, and so we'll go through it. For this event, right now, no relics available. I am running two different decks. One of them involves the Last Blue Slayer event card to dispel Might, and the other one does not. So, with the guild boss, I'm not using that event card because it's not necessary. Thorns is dispelled by the support card. So I'm using Josephine Quick Draw to spawn power gems and regular gems on the board, just to kind of help keep everything moving in a fluid motion. For those of you who are here for this event, if you do not have her, that is fine. I'm using her. She is the ultra rare, not the support, because she spawns a few more gems and a few more power gems, but the regular support card will suffice just fine, and that would be Hard-Hearted Josephine. So Hard-Hearted, every time this hero attacks, creates 5 water gems plus 1 additional water gem if resilient. So there's no power gems for her, but at least she's putting water gems on the board so you can keep everything moving. Because for the support cards to create commander intensity for the Master Collection card, they have to attack. So using this particular style of card that just automatically spawns gems is just the way to go. I'm using her because I got lucky and got her. She spawns 3 water gems and 2 power gem 4s. So she's still spawning 5 gems, but 2 of them are power gem 4s. So in this case, you're just playing keep the power gems alive as best you can. Doesn't always work very well, but such is life. So your point that you're trying to get here is that if you have this particular card, which quite a few of us do right now, she was extremely easy to get. She creates 2 plus an additional 1 for 75 water commander intensity. So if you can get up to 75 intensity, you're going to get 3 power gem 4s. So it's pretty much worth just goofing off and making some connections to make some matches and get that intensity up just a little bit. With the relic, this will be a lot easier, I will admit. As you see, I'm just kind of protecting the power gem 4s. I'm already up to 80, so that... And this was a single key. That's a standard guild boss. The ultra rare... the Master Collection card is not a necessity. There are plenty of other cards that can do just fine. Now we'll get to the fun part. So here are the legendary bosses. This one is Chaos, so you have to have the... Phone is very sluggish. The support card So I guess the guild boss requires you to have this little beauty. Yep, he's the one that's getting rid of thorns. So the support card gets rid of chaos. So basically 10 billion hit points. This is a pretty straightforward match. This is like any other commander event. You're going to want to knock her hit points down as low as you can get them. And then get your intensity build up and then hit her as hard as you can. With this, I want to activate her and these two. And I want to try and find some kind of a gem swap. I don't want to hit her real hard, just a little hard. That'll work. And you want to keep hitting her. That way you get your intensity up. I mean, it is a 6-turn cooldown for this one. And if at all possible, protect your power gems. I mean, it's not going to work every time, but it's worth a shot. She's ready to go, but she's not. Hit her with everything you got. Very easy overkill. $64 billion overkill. No problem. Now comes the fun one. Sarah. So for Sarah, you have to use something to dispel might. You could do it the other way, but she's going to knock your health down really, really, really fast. Because with might, man, she's going to hit you hard. Unfortunately, with the way these relics are set up, the new style relics, you get 1 power gem for every Slayer that's on your team. Well, since there's only 1, you're only going to get 1 per relic. I have 2, so I'm going to get 2 extra gems. That makes this quite entertaining, quite fun. But believe it or not, this deck can actually hit fairly hard if you play it correctly. This one you're going to want to activate 1 support card at a time. Just kind of make sure you can at least get 6 gem matches. Remember, you're not trying to kill her, you're just trying to knock some health off her. And then not very much off her. Kind of screwed that one up a little bit. Up to 200, 220. That should be high enough. Not as much of an overkill, but it's still quite effective. Really, those are the only two decks I'm using. Again, make sure you guys are going through and doing your overkill bosses. These are extremely important that you get these done because there's a lot of stuff in the overkill. These you want to play with because you got to get 200%. Ultra kills 500%. These things are leveling up extremely fast. It's not a problem getting the overkill. Just, again, protect your power gems. Get your intensity up as high as you can. You're not always going to be able to protect those power gems either. Okay, we should be high enough. Oh yeah, no problem. When you get to the ultra kill, that's when it starts getting fun. I've got a couple of those saved up, don't I? Yeah, I do. So there you guys go. Unfortunately, they have officially segregated all the trophies. So as you can see, I have 9 million trophies here, but when you go to solo, I have 4 billion trophies in solo. So they're completely segregated. So to keep the guild alive, you have to attack guild bosses on a regular basis. Can't skip them, can't ignore them. Any commander card you can use that has relics that you have, I recommend using. For a while, there was one in there I was using. I still highly recommend using it. Slazy, a few others. I know you guys have him. He's right here. This was during the Celebration Commander event where we got the little corrupt panda. He has a nice little petrify, which stops your enemy's clock for 2 turns. And I know some of you had gotten the relics for him. The Cobalt Blade. He is a 10 times commander. Use him. By all means, use him. If you have anything from the Western event, which would be Iron Spine's 9 Horse, Josephine Quick Draw, Half-Hearted Josephine, and some of us have got the Ultra Rare, which, or not the Ultra Rare, but the Master Collection card, Dynamite Dougal. Use them. Dynamite Dougal, every 3 turns, 6 Power Gem 1s. Any blue commander card that you have that you can utilize for your benefit, do it. You have to play around with it a little bit to make it work, and just see what you can do. There's not much else to it, guys. Just play with it. I'll help you with everything I can. Here's another one for you guys. This is actually a very highly recommended one. I see a lot of people using this one. The Little Fat Panda. Little Fat Panda will just as a passive will heal you for 5% of your max hit points every single turn. So he will help heal you passively. You don't even have to pay attention. And then his battle skill is he puts 5 water gems on the board. I mean, it's not the greatest in the world, but hey, that's 5 more water gems than what you had before. As you can tell, I had 4 of these at one point in time. I absolutely hated this event. I even have the Master Collection card, and I can tell you right now, I absolutely did not like this event, but the cards have some value. So if you have them, use them. But that's what I'm running for right now. We'll see how long I can run it before it doesn't work anymore and I have to try something else. So if you guys have anything that you found that seems to work better, say something. I'm always up for ideas, and I take constructive criticism quite well. If you guys have questions about what's going on, let me know, and I will help you best I can. Happy hunting, guys.